What's going on, yo? We are back today with a second straight week of Hunter x Hunter. The manga is back. We rocking and rolling for as many weeks straight that we got of Hunter x Hunter coming out. And I'm here today to react to the new chapter, which is chapter 412. It's crazy to say that after waiting all this time, but thank you, Tagashi, for blessing us with more Hunter x Hunter to read and enjoy. I think that's enough intro. Let's get into it. Now I'm showing it, but I got a little overlay here. Okay, I should probably show myself as well, right? Oh, I gotta move it to the front. But anyway, last chapter we left off with some really, really crazy, amazing stuff. There I am. Which was Kurapika about to explain what the heck is going on as far as why Prince Wobble, really, she's a princess because it's a girl, is not actually eligible for the succession contest. Hopefully, we also get to see Hulkenberg and a continuation of his story, what's going on there. But without further ado, let's get into it. Approximately 1.5 months remaining until the new continent. Okay. So if we also look back at the last chapter, since Kurapika broke the class up into the introductory and the beginner end classes, one of them was supposed to be, I think, 2 weeks, and I think the other one would span a month. So either or, even when all the end classes are finished, if it doesn't all get blown up anyway because of martial law happening, even at the end of that, there still would be some time left over for the before they get to the new continent, at least half a month. All right, let's keep going. 5 hours before the issuance of a special martial law. And it also feels like all of this is leading into the martial law moment, but everything after the martial law moment will be from the time that the martial law happened, which is what we were left off in the last batch of chapters. So I'm like, does this time limit really matter at the end of the day? Or are things going to get wrapped up very quickly in short order within the next 24 hours on this boat? Could really go either way, but let's see. 5 hours before the issuance of special martial law, the 14th prince is not participating in the succession war. Everybody's shocked in the room. Kurapika's about to tell him what's what. And he says, oh, Slaka starts laughing. And he goes, hey, haha, hey, hey. No matter how you look at it, that lie is way too sloppy. If the lower ranked princes manage to escape until the deadline, do they have a chance to survive? But the 14th prince wasn't participating in the succession war from the start? And now you're saying, well then, let's begin the Nen classes? Did you think if you confused us by manipulating information, we'd just let a bullshit lie like that slide? I think Kurapika's about to blow his cap back. Not with the, but with information right now. There isn't a single lie, which is funny because mad people were saying after the last chapter, Kurapika might just be lying. And it's like Tagashi already knew what y'all was about to say. Anyway, there isn't a single lie, of course. The part about the restrictions is my own deduction, but I am confident in it. And we can hardly afford to wait until it's proven, can we? I will give you a grace period. The classes will be rescheduled to start 10 hours from now. Okay. Because I was wondering about this for 2 years, damn near. How the heck, or what? Well, let me continue before I start ranting. But I was like, his classes in the morning, martial laws in the afternoon. What happens between all that time? Anyway, take that back with you, and each of you come to your own conclusions. And only those who wish to participate in this class should return here. Damn, yo, all that setup for what? Tagashi playing with my feelings right now. Anyway, the issuance of special martial law approximately 48 hours ago. 48 hours ago? So what, we're going into the future now? To think he would scheme to slip his own child in among the princes. Or I'm assuming this is saying 48 hours before the issuance of martial law. Searching for the person responsible is important, Kurapika says, but right now, more than that, must identify the cursed target of Beyond's biological child. who cast the curse and dispelled the curse on the 14th prince. This translation is not the best, so I'm gonna do my best here. And then here's Queen Oito just looking nervous, like I'm sure some of y'all have seen that look before. But anyway, she goes, I swear to you, I have no connection to Beyond whatsoever. It's especially funny because Kurapika didn't even ask her nothing like that. She just started coming out like this. If you must use your chain to prove my innocence, please rest assured, I don't suspect you at all. Nor do I even feel the need to verify it. Okay. Shimano, please prepare our meals while you still have the chance. Yes. Dot 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 dot. She thinks to herself as she walks out the room. This is very difficult to say, but I kind of like that Shimano's button in here because she has more information than a lot of these, than Kurapika and Bill for sure, at the very least. My name is not Shimano, it's Shimanu. That's what I've been calling you, Shimano, right? It's new. New, no, okay, so we got a little comedy here, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's probably impossible for Kurapika to distinguish or pronounce the difference between 3 vowel blends and 2 vowel blends of the Kakin language. Okay, so this is a dialect thing, basically, which would be like me trying to pronounce something in Chinese, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure that the enunciation is super important with that. Ah, is that so? No, no. So Kurapika's trying to say it. The Kakin language has unique male sounds and female sounds. If you say Shimano, it ends up sounding like a male's name. Okay, so Bill kind of knows his shit when it comes to the Kakin Empire, actually. But you manage to say it correctly every now and then, so don't worry about it. Even if you tell me not to worry about it, after letting me know that, he's gonna be on his brain, for sure. Yeah. And then, so Bill gets shocked by something. I don't know what he's shocked by. ... He's thinking to himself, I guess. I apologize for making you feel uncomfortable, Kurapika says to Shimanu. No, not at all. But no, Kurapika. And she turns, is it Oito? No. Actually, there's one thing that's been bothering me for a while, Bill says. Hey. Oh no, he said hey first, my bad. And so he goes to whisper to Kurapika, I think, and Kurapika looks shocked now. Don't tell me. Queen. Okay, so they're about to confront her about whatever this is. Yes, what is it? Regarding the matter with Beyond from earlier, it is indeed just as the Queen said. It would be best to completely resolve the problem here. May I demonstrate my chain so there is absolutely no room for doubt left? Of course, that will put my mind at ease too, so please do. Thank you very much. And he drops out the dowsing chain. Yeah, I picked the right thumbnail for this one. I don't know if he's gonna bring out the boom boom though. Anyway, first, I will ask some meaningless questions to establish a baseline. Please answer with either yes or no. Is that all right? Yes. You are a man. No. You are 2 years old. No. You are a woman. Yes. You are a mother. Yes. Now then, please answer yes to all of the questions asked of you. Yes. You are currently flying in the sky. Yes. You are currently on a ship. Yes. You are currently riding in a tank. Yes. Your only child is the 14th prince. Yes. It didn't move. Bill looking at it. The prince sleeping over there right now. 2 months ago. 2 months ago. Yes. Oh, she cut him off. What? And Kurapika's just like looking at her like, bitch, you cut me off. Held him at the hotel where the interview took place. Oh, wait. The prince sleeping over there right now. 2 months ago, I held him at the hotel where the interview took place. It's a different baby? Oh, look at her face. It's a different baby? What? Yo, Kurapika's looking like, yo, that's not even the baby I was holding. Wobble, it is my child, she says. And this shit, what the fuck's going on? Yo, and this shit, Queen, to my question, will you answer yes? Why? Oh, she doesn't want to answer yes or no. Oh my goodness. Did you know that it was Shimanu? What? Bill, regarding the Queen's pronunciation, notice the difference between male and female sounds. The female pronunciation of boo, which, why is she just changing the subject though? But anyway, the female pronunciation of boo, which mixes in a slight fricative sound, and the male pronunciation, which is made without bringing the upper and lower jaws together, are relatively distinct. At first, the queen used to use the neutral boo sound, but at some point, she began alternating between the two. That made me think, huh? Which is how I first noticed. Okay, Hisoka, what the fuck? Of course, I barely paid it any. Is that Hisoka? That dead looks like Hisoka right there. Of course, I barely paid it any mind. It's a truly trivial difference, and there are plenty of native speakers who can't even differentiate them. If that's not Hisoka, they just made Bill look crazily like Hisoka for this one panel, which I don't think so. The queen began using those two pronunciations shortly after we said so. I recalled, wasn't it right around the time Kurapika first used his chain ability? But earlier, when the topic of Shimano came up, to prepare for the unlikely event that you were questioned by my chain, so that you could speak the truth without making the chain swing, you used them to selectively differentiate between a lie and a boy, didn't you? For the moment, you had to say, he is my child. And she looked down, whose child is he? And where is your daughter right now? Exactly. Yo, I knew it. I knew that this wasn't gonna be her kid, because if it was Beyond's kid, it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered because she's a legal wife. But this kid not being her kid, the actual baby, that was the only real explanation in my opinion. But anyway, this child is my younger sister's son. I bet you the sister's on the boat. I feel like she is. Yo, yes, this is very wild. Yo, that's you can see that's my reaction right now. Anyway, my daughter is currently entrusted to that sister's care. Yo, is it Benjamin's baby? Yo, hold up. I truly do not know where they are. During the cedar ceremony, the one who placed her hand into the urn was my daughter. Afterwards, we swapped the children at the hotel. So the one who attended the ceremony was my sister's son. Therefore, neither this child nor my daughter possessed the qualifications to participate in the succession war. Initially, I believed not participating was impossible. I thought non-participation would make us targets for elimination. So we would appear to be participating on the surface, and if push came to shove, I would confess that we lacked the qualifications and beg for forgiveness. Yo, they could have offed your baby in the first chapter of this, mind you. But why the aura at the start of the arc? I mean, that's a fact. That's actually a really good question now I think about it, because there's that specific panel where it looks like there's kind of like a dark aura coming out of Prince Wobble. Or Prince Wobble? Like who the fuck is this baby, yo? Anyway, so this is blowing my cat back, I can't lie. It's making me want to reread this arc and see all the little weird moments that Queen Oito has, because she does have a lot of them. Anyway, I felt that in order to survive, I had no choice but to bet on this. I mean, the first time we seen Queen Oito, she'd been scheming from the very beginning. She pretended to be Hulkenberg so that she could get Kurapika on her squad to begin with, to look after Prince Wobble. So you can't really put anything past her. And she was willing to sacrifice, not really sacrifice, but pretty much sacrifice Kurapika and his well-being so that she would get to use the cockroach ability. So she's always been scheming, but so is everybody in this manga anyway. It is just as you heard, because the chain didn't move at all. There is no lie in the queen's words. Oh, how many people was listening? Pavimana is there, and homeboy from the third prince. We are outsiders. That's nuts. All right, it's 10 a.m. now, which would have been the beginning of the class, I'm guessing. And oh yeah, we're back at the present time. That was a little flashback to 2 days beforehand. Nuts. Everybody's speechless. I'm not speechless, but I kind of am. The only ones who withdrew are the second queen soldiers who are not taking the class. Has the operation failed? The second queen soldiers who are not taking the class. I mean, one of them is right here. She's chilling as they show her in the wide panel being the maid. And so we keep looking. We see everybody's expression. She got a blank ass face too. She's a little too good at her job. Kurapika thinks to himself, if only either the private soldiers or the first prince Benjamin or third prince Shorai Zanglai had withdrawn. I thought the announcement that the 14th prince Wobble is disqualified from the succession war would gain more credibility and the danger of her being targeted would drop significantly, but it's not that simple. However, for now, I will just proceed with the development of Nen abilities as originally planned. The one who's gone was Slaka. Okay, that's interesting. The first prince is from the group in the group picture. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Let's see what he's doing if when he pops back up. Anyway, the first prince's private troops and the third prince's private troops have confirmed that Prince Wobble is a boy, and the fact that our story is true has been conveyed to them. Just being removed as a target for the first prince means the current danger has been significantly reduced. The reason they are fussing over succession rights, despite knowing the prince is a different person, is simply because they think, well then, perhaps a dragon, quote unquote, leaked into her womb, and she might actually possess the right of succession. That's a little bit of mental gymnastics there, Kurapika. Even if the first prince's side tells the other princes they won't believe it if there's no change in the current situation. However, as long as the third and fifth princes feel I have utility value to them, our friendly relations should continue. I'm also holding on to the 10th prince's letter. I wish to continue. Kurapika. Tagashi was not playing with the with the text today. I will continue to demonstrate the power of Nen abilities just like this, and keep proving that I possess even more effective and crucial information. Simultaneously, I must identify the targets of Beyond's children. As for the son of the one currently on the throne, the fact that he is not the real prince can be exposed through physical characteristics unless an official investigative body gets involved due to an assassination or poisoning. The risk of him being directly dragged into the succession war and having his life threatened is likely low right now. The problem is the daughter who isn't here. The curse Beyond supposedly placed on his disciples, if it's a powerful one that activates as post-mortem Nen and curses them to death, it will be instantaneous from activation to death. Instantaneous, my goodness. An especially defenseless baby has no way to resist. The only way is to identify the cursor beforehand and eliminate them. That's crazy. The true identities of the remaining cursors I heard about from the fifth prince's private troops, they haven't been told anything about who the curse is directed at or what the conditions are as expected. Is asking the source Beyond himself the shortest path? Is Kurapika the person that wanted to meet with Beyond? Yo. Hunter Hunter's too good, yo. Tagashi, you been playing, bro. Oh, so Camilla's soldier is not dangerous? No, I think that she's very dangerous, but he wouldn't have dedicated half a chapter to her in the last chapter if she wasn't. But I think that he just kind of wants us to think that things might cool down a little bit in the immediate, but I don't think so. And basically the real Wobble is still in danger for Beyond's curse. Yes. All right, continue that depending on if they are definitely the baby of Beyond, I guess. So we're seeing the first floor. It's kind of crazy that they got a whole yacht on top of this big ass whale ship. We cut to Beyond. Are we about to see Kurapika walk in here? I feel like this is a bait and switch. It's about to be somebody else. We see the two Zodiac members, including the Monkey Man, who is on Beyond's side. Let's see what's about to go down. Yo, I've been waiting for you. And of course it's not. I knew it wasn't about to be Kurapika, even though I was excited for a moment there. As soon as we seen that it was cut into this place, immediately I was like, oh, it's not about to be him. Anyway, I'd like to speak with you in private. So could you step outside? That is an unreasonable request. Our job is surveillance, and nitpicking whether it's a contract between a Supreme Court judge or an international political criminal. Both are VIPs, so we can't let them go through without an go without a thorough inspection. You can just listen from there. It's no problem at all. I've got plenty of criticisms to deal with. So I'm pretty sure this is somebody from the Justice Bureau, right? I can't remember off the top of my brain, but they have a very distinct look to them, so I feel like I should. Or is this someone in Beyond's group actually? I can't remember off top. I'm gonna have to see. You can listen from there, yada yada yada. I'm just confirming the results. Well, the merit is that I am tailing everything. Of course you are, Beyond. Beyond is Beyond is the Aizen of Hunter x Hunter. He's 20 steps ahead of everybody else in the story, it feels like, at least. First, the trial where the V5 side was suing you has been successfully remanded via plea bargain. There will be no retrial. Consequently, the multiple crimes you committed during the New World Voyage Declaration broadcast will not be pursued under international criminal law. So yeah, this is one of the people from the Justice Bureau. Well, everything was just transferred to the secret agreement with Kakin. Well, that was expected. The issue is the outcome of the ones I'm suing for. I recall there were about period cases. I don't know what that means. I guess it's not saying the exact number. It is 1,047 cases. To give you the conclusion, as a result of a consolidated deliberation at the Supreme Court, they were all dismissed. Are you serious? Not even one before yo. Tagashi is not playing with the text today, bro. I can't be too mad at him. He's trying to pack as much in these chapters as he can, but this is why it takes these chapters so long to make, I feel like. Continuing on. It is the Justice Bureau judge. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you. Are you serious? Not even one before this? Did you really look at them properly, man? Yes. You must be mistaking this for a sloppy rush job, right? I personally looked through and thoroughly scrutinized all of them to make my judgments. How rude. How many months do you think I spent on this? In short, the Kakin Kingdom has absolutely no intention of improving or guaranteeing even the bare minimum of human rights for its ordinary citizens, right? The respect for fundamental human rights is clearly stated in our Constitution, though. All right, so what are y'all trying to tell me right now? Is Beyond some kind of activist? We're suing precisely because it's not being put into practice, you idiot. First of all, did you clearly define the foundational premise of what constitutes a human versus a citizen in writing? Unless you add a sentence stating the royalty and the populace together shall comprise the citizens, there is absolutely no way you will ever win the trust of the ordinary people, right? I feel like Beyond is playing some 4D chess right now and is trying to get on. I'm not really sure what he's trying to do. Let me finish reading, and then maybe I'll have a better idea what he's doing here. That had already been adopted prior to the lawsuit. King Nasubi was already moving toward realizing equality in the wording of the Constitution specifically. Equality under the enforcement of law for both royalty and citizens, regardless of the outcome of the succession war. Over there are the copies of the judicial review records regarding constitutionality for this case, along with the related constitutional amendments and revisions. Look at all this goddamn paperwork. Oh my God. Even if it's impossible to immediately judge all so-called royal crimes once the revision goes into effect, we can expect a certain degree of deterrent effect. Though I am personally more concerned about the far greater downside, losing the psychological deterrent that vanishes once royalty is classified as citizens. Hey. We have to check the contents of all this first? There's no way you can actually scrutinize legal documents. Just check to make sure there are no foreign objects mixed into the papers. An absolute king's single word is way faster and more effective than a constitution, huh? Let's see here. He thinks to himself. I'm well aware of how difficult it is to cherry pick the best of both dictatorship and democracy. And he's reading, all right, I read it. Give me the next one. I can't lie, I mess with Beyond because he knows exactly what he's doing. He's playing everybody that he interacts with, and he's a ridiculously smart and skimming individual. It just feels like he's um, maneuvering every situation and every person. And even though he's behind bars and he's reading, he's chilling, people think that they got the upper hand on him, and it just always feels like Beyond still has the upper hand. You know what I'm saying? I'm well aware of how difficult it is to cherry pick the best of both dictatorship and democracy. All right, I read it. Give me the next one. Too fast. You're totally lying. We're just skimming through it anyway. We aren't taking any requests. I don't mind. It's just a way to kill time until we disembark anyway. As long as it's printed text, anything is fine. To kill time? Huh? I'll have you executed, executed, you shitty old man. Even though I went out of my way to come here during my busy schedule, squeezing this in between the postponement of the ninth prince's trial. Well, you're not going to have to worry about that, my brother. Did you all hear that? I've known him since he was wetting his pants, and this is his true character. Oh, that's kind of crazy that they go back that far. And this is his true character. Esteemed members of the Zodiacs. Like I care, death penalty is fine by me. Okay, so I like the fact that Tagashi was kind of like slipping in a little bit of comedy here for some of our very thought to be serious characters, whether that's Beyond, Netero, or Kurapika. And it's interesting to see that he really, I mean, it makes sense. He's been popping seed on all these hoes in Akakian for decades, it seems like. Of course, he has personal relationships within this kingdom. It's going to be interesting to see. I kind of wanted to see the Nen class play out. So I guess we're going to see what Kurapika is doing in the meantime. They hit us with a little bait and switch, making it seem like it was going to be him pulling up on Beyond. Maybe he still will pull up on Beyond, to be quite honest. And Bobby Mina, I'm still saying he's one of Beyond's kids as well. Because anytime there's a scene that is super relevant when it comes to that, we're immediately going to get a reaction of what Bobby Mina is kind of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this was a very good chapter. Even though I got smacked by the wall of text a couple times, I really enjoyed this. I'm going to continue enjoying this. If you love Hunter x Hunter, subscribe to the channel, drop a like. Let me know your thoughts as well. Next week, I'm going to be back again. I'm going to keep doing this. Maybe I'll make some videos as well. Thank you. Have a great 4th of July weekend. Much love.